If you're yet to become a proud member of our league, be sure to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss anything of the best football quality content here on YouTube. But without further ado, let's get right to it. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? And welcome you all back again to another transfer news and updates video. And today we have Alexis Sanchez potentially moving to PSG, Lazio agreeing a 25 million deal with Juventus for the transfer of Keita Balde, and we have a potential replacement if Manchester United doesn't sign Nemanja Matic. So the first story of today is Alexis Sanchez potentially agreeing a deal already with Paris Saint-Germain. The transfer fee discussed for this is basically around £45 million, and to be honest, I think this is a little bit cheap for a player of Alexis Sanchez's stature. We see players right now going for 70 million, even 120 million, and then even 222 million if Neymar decided to go also to PSG. In this sense, I think Alexis Sanchez is nowhere near worth around 45 million. He's probably up there with one of the top 10 players in the world currently. That's my view, and I gotta say that for 45 million is a complete steal if PSG managed to gain this player. In the Arsenal type of sense, they definitely have many different options they could use. They could try and keep Alexis Sanchez for just one more year, and actually I think that could be the best option they have. Although they could just sell Alexis Sanchez in this transfer window, gain a little bit of money for him, and then potentially sign other players like Thomas Lemar and some new recruits to the squad, I think that if they retain Alexis Sanchez, they could build a Premier League title challenging campaign. And in that sense, I think that if they want to win the Premier League, they need to have Alexis Sanchez by their side. This is a kind of strategy I would implement if I was Arsene Wenger. I'll say Alexis Sanchez, if you want to go, you can leave, but for now you still have a contract, so you need to stay at Arsenal. In that sense, I think that Alexis Sanchez could remain at Arsenal, and Arsenal could just use a little bit of money to gain someone like Thomas Lemar, and then you have basically Lemar, Lacazette and Alexis Sanchez in your front three, and that will score you a lot of goals. And now imagine that Arsenal wins the Premier League. Alexis Sanchez has two more options on what he should do on his future. He could either go and sign for a PSG Manchester United on a free, or he could stay with Arsenal and sign a new contract extension. Basically, the situation with Alexis Sanchez right now is that he doesn't believe that the club is good enough to challenge for either a Premier League or for a Champions League trophy. And basically, if they try to have him for just one more season, and Alexis Sanchez can see the improvement on the squad, and if Arsenal basically demonstrate to the Chilean striker that they are actually on the pole position to win the Premier League in this season, Alexis Sanchez could potentially sign a contract extension. So I'm not too sure, but I think that Alexis Sanchez should just stay at Arsenal for now and then sign on a free if he wants to, because basically he's gonna be allowed to go anywhere at any time if that happens. So moving on, we go to Dybala stating that he's happy at Juventus and wants to stay at the club for at least one more season. He was quoted after the victory of Juventus 3-2 over Paris Saint-Germain, where they completely battered the Parisians, really, to be honest. Paris put a little bit good pressures on top of the Juventus, but really, even without Bonucci, it seems that Juventus are very tidy at the back. And well, it says that Dybala is happy at the club, he wants to stay one more season, he wants to train, he wants to be very good for the start of the Serie A. And yeah, basically he has to be very smart and clever about the way he handles social media in this point. Not only is Neymar being in the spotlight right now, but also the other replacements as Coutinho, as Dybala, and as Ousmane Dembele, because they need to handle the media very well. If they say something very wrong, Barcelona may go away and don't sign them. However, Barcelona are still keen on Coutinho and Dybala mainly, which, to be honest, for me are the best replacements. No, not the best, the worst replacement you could have. Dembele is the player that most fit the build we need right now. And Dybala being a left-footed and then cutting inside and staying deep midfield, we already got that in Messi. So why would we want Dybala for that? And then Coutinho also doing something similar. I don't understand. We need someone who can be able to go wide and then also come inside, not only come inside. In that sense, Dembele is much better. Next up, we move to another Serie A club, and that is Lazio, that has potentially agreed a deal with Juventus for 25 million for Keita Balde. In this sense, I think that Juventus is preparing a replacement for Dybala if he goes, because what are you gonna do with so many wingers at your club right now? They have Cuadrado, they have Douglas Costa, they have Federico Bernardeschi, they have potentially players like Lichtsteiner who can play up top, Osamoa can also play there. So what are they gonna do basically with so many wingers? Out of nowhere they have so many wingers. Makes absolutely no sense. So in this sense, I think that Keita Balde could play as a striker, could play behind the striker, could play at the left. So basically he has so many options, but there's no space for him to keep a starting 11 position. So in that sense, he's probably our replacement if Dybala decides to go, which to be honest could be an amazing replacement. Just for around 25 million and 5 in bonuses, just let's say 30 million off the park, they could get a profit of around 100 million, which is something very nice for Juventus if they actually manage to do that. Another club looking for replacements is Liverpool, which has already targeted the player they want to go with if Coutinho decides to leave for Barcelona, and that's Manuel Lanzini from West Ham. And this, to be honest, is a very good business from Jurgen Klopp. I think Lanzini perfectly fits the build of a similar player to Coutinho and could bring probably the same stats or the same average style of play in the next few years as the same as Coutinho. So in that sense, Manuel Lanzini could be a very good addition with Liverpool if Jurgen Klopp decides to go with the Argentinian. And now finally we move to a player I really like, and that's Leonardo or Leander Dendoncker. This guy from Belgium, from Anderlecht, is one of the best center defensive mid you'll ever see. I mean, he's like a cam and a CDM at the same time. However, he has that ability to change on what he wants to do. Dendoncker is basically pure CDM potential for days. And if Manchester United were to sign him over Matic, which has been identified that it may be a replacement for Matic if they don't decide to sign him, it could be an amazing addition for Mourinho, and I think it would actually benefit United more than what Matic could apply or basically provide the team. I think Dendoncker could go for around 30 million. It's been reported that the fee could rise up to 33.8 million pounds if you were to move to Manchester United, which is 20 million less than Matic. And to be honest, he's like 23-24 years old. I can basically rise up to, I don't know, being one of the best center defensive mid the Premier League has seen. And in this sense, I think that United should go right away with Leonardo Dendoncker, and then could use those 20 million to go for someone like Perisic. That's smart business, if I were to say so myself. Matic, I don't really see him being a really good player. However, he has one advantage over Dendoncker, and that's he has done it already in the Premier League. He has won 2 Premier League titles, so that's definitely, in the eye of a manager, could be very suited to a squad, because definitely you want a player who can come in and just perform and do amazing stuff for your team. And in that sense, Matic will definitely do that right away. Dendoncker may not do this as soon as Matic. However, I think that Dendoncker can learn a lot from someone like Carrick and become just distributor, be a center defensive mid, and also attack when he needs to. And he will be an amazing addition to any club. I don't know why so many clubs are not being linked with him. He's amazing, to be honest. Watch some highlights on YouTube, please, because this guy is the raw talent.